Hello, it's Saturday, September 3rd, and I was like, I thought I had a breakthrough in thinking, and I was like, just do feet videos and just do shoe videos, or my feet on rugs, or just different surreal things. A part of me is really feeling at the end of kind of a journey, and maybe it's just changing. The journey's changing, and a part of me is, my dance videos that I did and loved doing. It feels, watch me do one tomorrow. Sometimes as soon as I say never, sometimes, you know what, sometimes I say never, and then I'm doing it 10 minutes later. Other times I say never, and it's firm, and it's never again. So it's, it's unpredictable, but I do feel a change. It's fall is in the air, almost to the fall equinox. A lot of downloads happening consistently, and there is a change. If I see where I was a year ago, it's almost, so many things have been changed. And anyway, that's it. And I did what I thought was one of my best videos yesterday. It was Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb, which actually was actually written about when one of the members of Pink Floyd had a surgery or something, and they had to perform in Philadelphia, and they were in a lot of pain, so they took pretty heavy-duty painkillers, and it was their surreal experience of being on stage and that altered state. And I've done that song, the last 2 years, danced to it or filmed to it multiple times. It's a really a song that I resonate with a lot, in both my personal experience and also the Donatella story. She certainly was kept comfortably numb, and it's a way to control. It's a way to control people's behavior. Drugs, alcohol, mind-altering substances have always been used and kind of given and taken to control. And it's also a way to handle things that you really need to be in an altered state to handle. So it's, it's a crutch, but it's also a help, and it's also necessity. But I thought it was a great video in my Medusa thistle inspired sheer bodysuit with, it was, snakes cover, kind of embroidered black snakes, which is just, it's the most incredible design, woman designed and manufactured, thistle inspire. And so I did that with, my blonde wig and my light up festival wings, and highlighted and altered it, and really, in some ways, I'm like, where are you gonna go? For me, where would I go after that? Becoming Donatella in that's really her story, and it's actually the story too of some other people, which I'm looking for. And so that felt like the end of what else am I gonna do when, nearly naked, age, 61. I'm closer to 62 than I am to 61. What else would I do? Get naked, expose more. And in some ways, I'm feeling a shift. Expose less. Expose less. And anyway, that's it. These are really magical times. So I'm doing a lot of short videos, and around the house, I am a housewife. I'm an artist who works at home. I was a stay-at-home mother. I have done all my work at home. My Mars is in Cancer, and that's, I think, is a lot of what I do, what I learn, and what I share is in the home and where we live. And a lot of lifetimes I did my work in my home, whether I ran a bar and brothel. Well, I loved, that was like my favorite life. 1700s coast of North Carolina. I was very homely. Sometimes Millie comes through. Very, very homely woman with a peg leg, disabled, but I ran the bar and brothel like a tight ship, and I lived upstairs, and I would come down, you know, what's up, bitches? And I got along. I was the boss. I was wealthy. I'd inherited it, and I was very mannish, and I loved it. I actually loved it. I had, you know, a gun. I had bodyguards, a lot of, you know, sailors, difficult people could come through, traders. It was, you know, a port city, and a lot of people came through, men, you know, looking for different things. And some were looking for danger, some were looking for love, and it was my job when I ran the bar, Millie's place. It was Millie's place, and after the mayor, I was the most important person in town. Everybody said, you got to go to Millie's, and they said, don't let Millie fool you, because I was very homely, and, you know, frizzy, thin hair, kind of bulbous nose, you know, saggy boobs, a peg leg, very pale. No man wanted me, which I loved. I loved, I didn't want a man to want me, but the men loved me. And when they came in, whether they were a sailor or trader or a merchant, or, you know, somebody had been referred there, I'd be like, what you looking for? And we would chat. I probably wasn't alcoholic, but, you know, I would run the bar. The bartenders worked for me. I had bodyguards. It would be, I would give the order to, if somebody was out of line, if a man was a danger to anybody in the bar, or my girls upstairs, and I watched out for them like a hawk. I was redoing Venice, which was also, I worked in my house. It was my father's house, and it got taken over. I was orphaned, and it got taken over, and it was my house. It was a palace. It was gorgeous, and I was, you know, I worked. I was the main draw, the courtesan. That was the main draw. But it was my house, and people oftentimes wouldn't believe me because I seemed really crazy and a druggie when I said, "Yes, this is my house." Like, no, it's not. Oh, it is. You know, ask so and so. So it's what happens in the house is really important to me, and I've often been in those hot spots, whether it was a port that was, whenever anybody came to town, they said, you got to go to Millie's place. She's got the best girls and the best booze, and you're going to like Millie. Millie's going to hook you up. And, you know, and I was friends with all the men, and I knew what they looked for. I knew what they wanted. And of course I got along with my girls upstairs. I had to. I was like a mother hen, and I was the go-between between men and women. And this dress really reminds me, when I wear this, it's like my Millie dress. It's like my mumsy, you know, I'm not trying to be glamorous dress. But anyway, I think that's partly what I'm trying to capture is with my short videos, maybe with any videos I do in my house, some of the magic, which is, it's everywhere. It's under our feet. It's in the leaves. It's in the fox we see in our yard. It's in the lights in the mirror. It's in our transformations. It's in our dreams. And that's that. And, you know, here I said I wasn't going to, you know, I was just going to do feet videos, and here I am showing myself again. But you know, it's one of my needs is to share, because a lot of lifetimes I had a lot of secrets, and I was sometimes in a hot spot, a dangerous position where I couldn't share what I knew. It would get me killed or somebody else killed. So I had to keep mum a lot, and this is my desire or need or soul mission to share some of these stories. And, you know, maybe someday I would write about Millie, but I don't want to, frankly, you know, I don't want to relive being homely with a peg leg. You know, Donatella has my heart because she was so beautiful, not just physically, but she was very beautiful spiritually and emotionally, and her mission, which she came to earth to be a bridge between men and women, and to show